Okay, this is Angelika's Indie Live Lounge Sessions, and I'm here with the most beautiful songbird, Annalie Wilson, who thank you so much for coming on the show tonight, Annalie Wilson.
You called me up tonight to tell me that you're miles away. Well, I'm glad you made it okay. Well, me, I'm doing fine. I'm holding the fort, wading deep in thought. And I bought all this useless stuff I don't need to try and entertain myself, but it's just not working. I checked on my email and saw cheap flights and Viagra sales. And I miss you, and I know who you are at last. And there's someone I want to be around on my own home ground. Half a bottle of wine and 2 movies later, and I'm still trying to escape from this feeling of incompleteness, 'cause you're not here. And I must confess, I don't know why I run so fast from sadness and headlong into joy when there's really no difference at all. They're 2 sides of the same worn-out coin. I miss you, and I know who you are at last. And there's someone I want to be around on my own home ground. I took a run around the park till it got dark, and I got to thinking how integrity and poverty always seem to go hand in hand for me. And I know it's not the way it has to be, and I'm so grateful to life for constantly showing me my hypocrisy. All the people I blame, well, they're just the same as me, and it makes me smile to see. I miss you, and I know who you are at last. And there's someone I want to be around on my own home ground. Yeah, I miss you, and I know who you are at last. And there's someone I want to be around on my own home ground. My own home ground.
And the first song you started off with this evening was Homeground.
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate on Homeground for me? Where did you get the inspiration to write it?
Well, I was, a lot of my songs are very personal. They come from personal experiences, and Homeground was from a time when I was at home by myself and my boyfriend had gone away on a retreat and I was missing him. And it was a time when I really realized that I wanted to be with him. So it's a very simple song, and I suppose sometimes being alone away from somebody you love, it gives you a chance to have time with yourself. And so something about that quality of that loneliness that made me feel connected to him in a way that perhaps I hadn't before.
If he was there, you might not have.
Well, you know what it's like when you're together with someone. You can get bogged down in ordinary life, and you maybe take the other person for granted. But as he was apart from me and I didn't have any contact with him, I suppose I felt what was missing, and I also felt what he brought to me in my life, what the relationship brought to me, and I was very touched by it. And yeah, I saw how it could be a partnership that could be really nourishing for me in my life. So.
Little signs of life come from the ground. It's so peaceful and calm. Weatherman says it's gonna be a cold front. We should stay home till it's done, but it only snows in January now. Long time ago it used to snow all year round. Little birds shiver on bare trees. They don't sing, they just hold their sad hearts. Another year begins and we are in the dark. What do we bring? Where do we start? And it only snows in January now. Long time ago it used to snow all year round. In a little bit of time, it's all going. With a little bit of faith, it's all growing. In a little bit of time, it's all growing. Little rays of light come from the clouds. We just stand outside and open our mouths. You and I are all is it only snows in January now, and snow will come and wipe the darkness out, 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 wipe the darkness out.
Amazing. And then the second song you did for us was Snow.
Mm.
I really like that song. That's good. Can you tell me where you got your inspiration to write that?
Yeah, I can. I love the story around snow, actually. It's one of my own favourites because the second album that I made had a really long gestation period of 5 years, and there was a big hiatus in the middle where the vocals hadn't been recorded. Everything else was done. And I had this crazy idea that I was going to go to Krakow in Poland for Christmas and New Year and finish the album. I was going to find a studio and I was going to live on my own in a little flat with a wood-burning stove, really romantic. And I was going to finish the album. And so I did. I wrote to some studios and I wrote to some people. I didn't really know anybody there. And I found this one guy who wrote back and he said, send me some tracks. I'm interested. I sent him the tracks and he wrote back and said, I love it. I want to do it. We spoke on the phone for a couple of minutes and then I booked my flight and then I was there. And so I spent the whole Christmas with him working on the second album and we had a lot of fun together. And
like what kind of fun?
What kind of fun?
No,
well, well, I mean, I was there in like Poland.
It's getting hot in here, people.
Oh, no.
I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I'm teasing.
Not that kind of fun. I mean, his girlfriend also now is a really good friend, and they're both engineers, and they run the studio in Krakow. Brilliant people, and he's also a drummer. So as we were making the album, you know, we talked about music. He learned the songs, and yeah, it was really great experience. And I came back in January, and it was snowing, and snow had been a big feature of my experience in Krakow in winter, like seriously cold, and lots of snow. And yeah, I got back from that, which was quite a new experience for me. And it was snowing in London as well, and then I just started writing, and that's what came out. So it was all about our connection. It was about taking that risk, which was big for me, and you know what comes out when you just take a leap and you don't know what's going to happen, and that sort of fresh start, that energy that came from the two of us working together. And then what I did was I just played it on the piano and sang it, recorded it, sent it to him and said, put some drums on if you like. And he sent it back, and it blew my mind what he did. He just did it in one take. He just pressed record, started drumming. I'd never heard him play before. And then he sent it back, and I fell in love. And then from that moment, we started working together, and I've done a tour with him, and now I've made the third album, just the two of us. So it all just kind of grew out of this sort of mad idea, which was cool.
But I can really appreciate that, like just going for it, you know, like just like putting yourself out there like that.
Sometimes I think inspiration comes,
yeah,
well, from like you don't know where it's come from. You
come
just
from that.
yeah.
I agree.
You put a fire in me. You put a fire in my heart. You put a fire in me right from the start. A heart like mine isn't easy to find. You put a fire in my heart, don't leave it behind. Feel it when you're cold, feel it till your bones grow old. You put a fire in me, you built this fire in my heart. You put a fire in me right from the start. Pure, pure love is sent from heaven above. You put a fire in my heart, would you tear me apart? Your hands are on my skin, your eyes tell me everything. Silver pours from your mouth and I can't get enough, I can't get out. You put a fire in me, will you just let it be? Or will you feed it somehow? I need your touch, I feel it now. You and I, under the same misty sky. You have always been mine, across the seas of space and time. You fill me with a voice deeper than the blackest sea. Love is all that I am, and all of it is yours. Take it from me. You put a fire in me, everybody can see. You put a fire in my heart, you put a fire in my heart, you put a fire in my heart, you put a fire in my heart. For once there is no doubt, you put a fire in my heart. Don't let it go out.
And then the third song you did for us, which I really loved as well, which is a new one, no?
Fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
I really like that. And that's about I know what it's about, but
You?
yeah, you can tell them.
Oh, you want to talk about what it's about?
Yes.
Well, it's about desire. It's about strong, profound connection with another person when you fall in love, and perhaps it's the kind of situation which cannot last, cannot be, but it is
Intense.
very powerful and intense, and that, I think that's why it feels so pure and unbreakable, because it's not going to grow into something else. It's just for that moment, for that time, but it's like a universal love kind of connection. Shall I just start then?
Yep, yeah, I'm ready.
It was the longest night, even the stars burned out, but you always bring your light. There's nothing you come without, and I wanna walk along with you. I love the way you're so meticulous. fabulous in everything you do. Now that I've found you, I'm over the moon. Just a lump of rock, whereas yours so human. I don't need the sky. Now you're calling my tune. You have the warmest heart, and nobody knows but me. You had me from the start, and I could not wait to be holding your hand when things go wrong for you. Yeah, I love the way you're so strong, but still you let me pull you through. Now that I found you, I'm over the moon. It's just a lump of rock, whereas yours so human. I don't need to try. Now you're calling my tune. All of that pretentiousness you just cut right through, yeah. And I wanna grow old doing boring things with you. Oh, I'm over the moon. It's just a lump of rock, whereas you're not your own human. You are, and not quite as far away as from today. My star, you'll stay.
Amazing. And then Astronaut.
Astronaut is sometimes people joke that it's the only really positive love song that I've got, and for that reason I've played it a lot of weddings, because it doesn't end in disaster or even a question mark of that's like most of my songs just end with that kind of hanging possibility of doom, but Astronaut is a happy love song which suggests that it will last, and I wrote that a few years ago now, and I wrote it actually for a couple of friends who were getting married, and then it's just continued to be my classic love song since then.
I love it. I really liked it.
Okay, I'm recording. Things recording. Yep.
hereby acknowledge that I may never meet the soulmate who will make my life complete. Well, he may be charming in original ways, or maybe I already sent him away, 'cause I was too blind and wrapped up in my little world. I did not recognize him for what he was worth, or I was too sad or angry to see what he had. Life can be unlucky like that. Oh, life can be unlucky like that. I woke up lately to see that I may never meet the soulmate they say will complete me. Well, he may be out there somewhere looking for me too, but our stars just didn't align the way that they're meant to do. Or we were too young and lost in our dreams and regret, so busy searching for what we could get, that somehow reality just was not enough. So we filled up our minds with other stuff. Yeah, we filled up our minds with other stuff. Oh, 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 I hereby acknowledge that for as long as I live, I will keep on giving all that I have to give. And I may not be wanted for all that I am, but I'll never settle for less if I can. His life is so short and so strange and so full of joy. Each day that goes by, it is part of my story. And when I feel the love that is burning in me, I know I'm already complete. Yeah, I know I'm already complete. I don't need a soulmate to make me complete. I don't need a soulmate to make me complete. Oh,
And then you played one of my favorites, which is Soulmate.
Ah, Soulmate.
So can you elaborate on it, because I really love that song, like where that came from?
I'm curious about what it means to you.
I think, well, all songs have different meanings for me in the way I take them, but for me, I think it's more like when I listen to Soulmate, it's like finally loving yourself, figuring out that you don't necessarily need someone to love you in order for you to love. And loving yourself is, for me, when you love yourself, then others tend to gravitate towards you and love you. I find when you don't love yourself that, terrible things can happen and you can do terrible things to yourself. So when I first heard it, it really like hit me, because I was like, oh my God, this is my life. And so that's why it's one of my favorite songs. But it for me, it's really about like, okay, you have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet, and you have to really love yourself, because when you love yourself, it's like the whole universe conspires with you. And when you don't love yourself, it's terrible. The way you treat yourself and the things you do to yourself is horrendous. So that's what it meant to me. So what does it mean to you? I mean,
Oh, that's really touching. I think there's a notion of romance, romantic love in our culture that can be quite damaging, because it makes us feel like we're not complete until we find that person. And it's like there's this one person, or, you know, some people believe there's more than one, but essentially there's that searching quality in life, you know, that you're not good enough until you've got that. And I think there's a lot of things in our society that are about trying to fix yourself, trying to make yourself better, getting the house, getting the husband, getting the job, getting everything right. And I don't think that's what love is about. And I think exactly what you said, that you start with being able to love yourself, then you can actually give love and you can receive it, because you know that you're worthy of love. And it doesn't mean that you can't fall in love. It's just that, and that there are soulmates. I mean, it's not like I'm saying there's no soulmates. I absolutely think there are. And since I wrote that song, I met several of them. So I think there's more than one.
that I agree. I think certain people come into your life at certain times for certain reasons. And like when they go, you have to let it go, because like there's a reason why they're no longer there, and you have to accept it. And I find before, like it would be so hard for me to let somebody go, whereas now I would just, you know, be able to let them go quite easily.
Oh, wow. What's the secret? Please, please tell me.
It took a long time, girl. Let me tell you. Long time. Like, I paid dues.
Okay, we need to talk about this more. Turn the cameras off.
Anyways, and no, because it's like, because then it becomes something else. It's no longer love. It's because, oh, why don't you love me? Or am I not good enough? And then you go through all these other feelings. And you don't want that. Like, if something isn't working, there's a reason why it's not working. And I find when that isn't working, then something else comes along. You know, to me, it's a reason why someone's in your life for a certain time, and then they go, and then something else comes along, and, you know, I never was like that. It was like so possessive and jealous and crazy, and, you know, I mad, like absolutely mad I was. And then I just got tired one day, and I was like, oh, it's too much, you know. And then I was able to, like, okay, is some people you can love, but maybe they're not meant to be in your life forever or whatever. But that beautiful moment when they are, and the intensity and the passion and everything is amazing. But when that starts to, then there's a reason why that's happening. You know, if it was continuing, then it wouldn't be happening. But then I used to always think it was me, and like I was not good, or you know what I mean. And then I grew up, and I was like, no, it's not. It's like, and so that's why I guess soulmate resonates so strongly with me.
Yeah. No, I can really understand that now. Yeah, there's some quality of maturing in it and accepting, and also, like, in the end, the song just really it came to me almost fully formed, and I was walking down the Strand actually randomly, and I wasn't particularly thinking about writing that kind of a song. And I think, yeah, the last verse expresses something that I feel, when I can just let go of attachment and possessiveness and all of that stuff, that I've already got all the love I need, and it's here, and I can give it away. It's easy. That like, quality of just, it's and it's something that actually is expressed through music for me. That's what I do when I'm connected and when I'm singing and it's working. Like I feel like I'm able to just give it away, and it's such a lovely feeling for me. So
It's like that for me. I guess that's why music is so much very part of me, because like when I'm listening to it and I feel everything, because I'm a Cancer, and I'm a real Cancer.
me too.
So I feel everything, and I have to feel, and it's just like Jesus Christ. And
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair and ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your voice is like the breath of spring, your smile is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying out when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. You could have your choice of men, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him even though you can. You could have your choice of men, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you, and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can.
But then you did an amazing cover, which I loved. Jolene, I loved it. It was so good, really.
Thanks. I love that song. It's just got such a haunting quality to it. That's what I find. And I love the yearning quality, the haunting, like the desperation.
The desperation,
sort of,
yeah. It's
that's so
actually, I
beautiful.
think she wrote it about her husband. There was some lady in the bank. Normally I'm quite good at my music stories, but and she wrote about a situation with her husband, I think.
Ah.
It's a true story. So Like most musicians, they write from everything that
Yeah.
happens. But I think like this girl was like after her man, and she was like,
Ah,
that's how Jolene came about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so
That's
it's
a great
quite.
song.
So, who inspires you, like as other artists out there and stuff? Like we both like Joni Mitchell.
Oh yeah, Joni Mitchell is a big inspiration for me. I discovered her music and when I was quite young, and I just love how she can be so profound. One moment she can be very light. She has so many colors to her music and her voice, and I love to
It's
see
like
how
looking
she.
through a kaleidoscope with Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, and
It's
she.
like when you're like, and all the colors are like. That's how I feel when I listen to Joni.
She's so intelligent and but at the same time like gets straight to the heart. Like it's not clever in a way that obscures the profundity of what she's singing about. And I also love to see how she's changed over the years, how she's matured, you know, how she sings now. I mean, to listen to a version of her singing a song now, like Both Sides Now, is one of my all-time favourite songs. And I love the original, but then when I heard the one where she's done this whole orchestral version, you know, it just absolutely breaks my heart. So she's a major influence for me.
Who else?
There's so many. There's so many.
James?
Not that familiar with Etta James actually.
Oh my God, love that.
This, I mean,
I like. I wish up the ground that woman walks on. I mean, she's no longer here, but she was very big for me. When I was younger, like, because I listened to music from very, very young age, and I went through all the genres, like classical and opera and jazz and funk and blues and Delta blues and Chicago blues and like every kind of, and so but the way she sang, and you could just, her pain, it was the same as when Miles Davis played through the horn. You know, you'd hear all their pain and their addiction and everything. And so
I kind of have that with Billie Holiday, you know, like the fragility and also the power. And
she and Nina Simone.
Oh God, Nina Simone, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, these are.
There's a great blues song that Nina Simone did that nobody knows. I play it for them and they're like, "Oh my God, who is that?" I'm like, "Nina Simone." They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Really?" It's Blues for Mama. It's brilliant. Listen to it. It's like unbelievable. It's so good because everyone was like, "Oh my God, I had no idea that was her." Like when I get into an artist, I like, I'm Cancer, so I just that's it. Like I'm gone for like however long, and I'm a huge fan of Billie Holiday as well.
So much character and so much authenticity. I think the people thinking about it, the people that really inspire me are people who, their whole personality and their whole heart and spirit and everything is in the voice, and there's no trying to sound like anybody else. It's so completely them, and I find
and
like
that you can find some great YouTube clips of her too. I watched an amazing biography of her too, like not too long ago. And Nina Simone, actually, there's a great music biography if you get a chance on Netflix about her and her life and like everything. And she was like classically trained, and she was just so amazing. Like so many songs, everything she did, like I loved her. Like I wish up the ground. Like there's just certain artists that stick with you for the rest of your life. Like and Etta is that for me too.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me also, I'm often influenced by really amazing songwriters that I feel have kind of influenced me in my songwriting as well. So Leonard Cohen's one for me.
I love him. He's amazing.
Amazing songwriter. And
I love Jeff Buckley.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, he took Hallelujah to a whole new level. Like,
yeah, I guess people are either Jeff Buckley Hallelujahs or Leonard Cohen.
No, I love Leonard Cohen's too. His is beautiful. I mean, Dance Me to the End of Love is one of my.
Everybody Knows. That's one of my favorites.
And mine is Dance Me to the End of Love. I love that song, my God. And I love him too. He's really good.
And Tom Waits is another massive one for me. He's again so original brilliant. And so much variety, so much versatility. It makes me feel like it's okay to do such different things because.
But he did an amazing album with Crystal Gale. Like, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Like they did this whole album together. It was absolutely brilliant, and the name is not.
I can't remember.
I can't either. It's really terrible. But like Rain Dogs is one of my favorite. Like I love Gun Street Girl. Mm-hmm. That's such a hot song for me. Like dun dun dun. Like I love that. Like I love him. Yeah, and Bob Dylan's a great songwriter. Yeah. Highway 61. And so, where do you see yourself going in like 3-5 years from now? Like, where would you like to be?
I hate these kind of questions. I'm not really thinking about.
No, but just like I don't mean like, oh my God, you want to be, but just like where do you want to be with musically with your music? I don't mean like, oh my God, yeah, I want to be doing festivals. No, like where do you want to be with your music musically?
I feel like I'm on a journey of peeling off layers, like discovering
like an
more
onion.
And more, like an onion, if you like, yeah. More and more my authentic voice, and as I do it, I get closer to the heart, and I get closer to just feeling completely present when I'm singing and when I'm writing. So it's enriching me, and as I do that, it seems to enrich other people too. So I just continue on that journey, and it's a journey of opening and being brave, and I just want to keep doing that, really. See where it leads me, and I'm not fixed to any style of music. You know, I'd like to keep exploring new things. I want to do some more collaborations with other artists that I like, and just to experiment more, travel more. I like to travel and explore music from different.
I know you were gone the whole summer. I was like,
know.
When can I get you in? You're like, I was like, okay, and it was so cute. You got sick at one point or something, right? And you put a sign up or something like.
I can't remember that.
And
yeah, well, traveling feeds me as well, and I love like this project I've been doing, which is for the third album with Shimon, the drummer that I told you about that I wrote Snow for. Working in Poland, working with him and Magda, who's a co-producer, like that's brought me to a whole new world, a whole new set of people, a whole new culture. I started learning Polish. My Polish is terrible, but I go there and I tour, and the people are so lovely and they appreciate it so much. You know, they're really heart people, and I've never have had that if I hadn't have just gone there and taken a leap. And of course, the way they work and the way he plays is different. He's influenced by a lot of jazz, and that's then come into my music, although I always actually was really influenced by jazz. But it's those kind of connections, I think, that really excite me. I never know when the next one's going to come up. I've also been doing a lot of, I've been doing traditional Georgian folk singing. I've got really into the Georgian music, and that is like massively influenced my singing, the way I approach singing. And there's just so much like amazing stuff out there. I don't want to just stay in my little bubble. I want to keep widening
exploring
it. Yeah.
But I think that's absolutely amazing. And thank you so much for being on my show. I really appreciate it.
No, the pleasure's mine.
You're such an amazing, talented songbird. Wouldn't you agree, Danny?
Yeah.
We kind of has to say yes, doesn't he?
Thank you so much for being on the show. This has been Angelika's Indie Live sessions here at Rooster Studios in London with the phenomenal songbird Annalie Wilson.
Thank you.
Also plug.
Oh yeah, brand new single Fire, which I did play, is out on the 5th of November. It's not a coincidence.
No, I only found out when she came in today that it was a new release. And your SoundCloud and like plug it like.
Oh, well, basically everything is /Annalie Wilson, and you have to spell Annalie ANNALIE. Or it won't work. And but what else should I plug?
Twitter, Instagram.
It's just
everything.
it's all that. It's just Google me. It's all there. Sorry,
Yeah.
do you want me to
Google
recite all my
Annalie
links?
Wilson. I'm just trying
Fortunately,
to help you, babe.
sorry, I just fortunately have an uncommon name. So if you get that right, then it's all for the taking.
I know. I love Annalie Wilson. That's such a great name, actually.
Thanks.
I
Well,
love it.
it's one thing we can thank my mum and dad for, and of course everything else that I am.
All right. It's been great. Thank you, Annalie.
No, thank you.
Love you, girl.
Oh God, you smell so good.
I know you can. I'm not telling you
What's
the
the
perfume.
secret?
No. I'm telling you. It's my smell, and I'm not
outrageous.
giving it away.
Outrageous.
It's lovely, isn't
Stop
it?
it.